Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. I mean, who knew we'd be doing a video like this? I mean, we got a Black Friday game. Like, are you kidding me? Like, first one ever. Love it. Keep the
hmm
Thanksgiving traditions, keep everything the same, but let's just add more football. Why not? I'm not complaining about it. I don't think you're complaining about it, Big Al. Uh, let's jump into it. We got, a great game for you guys. Big Al, how you doing today?
I am doing phenomenal. We're filming this on Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night. We want to get this out to you guys tomorrow on Thanksgiving Eve is when you'll be watching this. We want to do it out there so you had time to look at the lines, look at our picks, yada yada yada. No, I'm doing great, man. We got Thanksgiving in like 12 hours, uh, maybe a little longer than that, but 12 hours. We got a whole 4 days full of football ready to rock. So I am high morale, high peak. High tide, baby. Come on.
There you go. It's kind of hard to not be mad when we get like kind of like a mini Sunday on Thanksgiving. It's the only holiday that we really get the three full slate of games. We have the morning, afternoon, and night game, and it's not on a Sunday. So always excited for that. Hopefully you guys are excited. Hope you guys watched the video that we posted for that. But yeah, let's jump into it. We got Raiders at Chiefs. What a game. What a game for Black Friday. Raiders at Chiefs. Raiders kind of just not being a real contender this year, kind of just being terrible. And then the Chiefs, having lost one game this year. I mean, it seems like a mismatch for a Black Friday game, but I guess they just wanted to have the Chiefs on prime time and just, it's still a divisional game too, so maybe a little more interesting and intriguing than we thought originally looking at it. But Raiders here, no shock here. The Chiefs are favored by 12.5 points, in my opinion. Over under set of 42.5. So I want to get to your opinion on this first, and then I'll give mine.
Okay. Over on DraftKings is at 13 right now. So 12 and a half would be, it's a half point difference. Personally for me, I really wanted to take the Raiders here plus 13. The Chiefs have not been good at covering these big of numbers. As we saw last week against the Panthers, felt like a slam dunk to tease them to minus 4.5. They win by 3, and so the teaser's dead because of it, which kind of sucked. And by kind of mean definitely sucked. We don't like losing bets over here. We're trying to beat the book. But for this game, I am going to take the Chiefs minus 13. I think that they're primed to come in here, and well, they're primed to just kill the Raiders. The Raiders haven't been good. Aiden O'Connell's coming back in. They played on Christmas, and he didn't complete a single pass after the second half, after the first half was over. So I like the Chiefs here minus 13. Pacheco should be back. It should be a massive game. This should be the most full strength the Chiefs have been all season. And then looking at the total, I actually am going to be on the over 42.5, which once again, I don't love it, but it has been hitting a lot, the overs, as of late. Like, I think the last 2 weeks, we've hit almost every over. So I'm going to trust the over here, over 42.5. And I think the Chiefs get to 30. And then you just need the Raiders to get some garbage time points or what have you. And then we get the spread and we get the over. So I'm on the Chiefs minus 13 or 12.5, depending on whichever book you're playing. And I like the over 42.5.
Okay. Very interesting there because we're actually on opposite sides of this.
Okay.
So and so I'll start by saying I got the Raiders. I love the Raiders at plus 12.5. I'm playing on your book. I get them at plus 13. Love that even more. And then we got the over 42.5 points. Over is like you were saying. I do like the idea of the over in this game, just because if it's a competitive game, it's divisional. If it's competitive, if the Raiders can do something, or if the Chiefs just blow them out of the water, all you need is a little bit of points from the Raiders, and there you go, you hit the over. But I do like the under here, and the main reason why I like the under here, and I also like the Raiders plus 12.5. The Chiefs haven't really blown out anybody this year, as we know and as we've
Correct.
seen, and they also this year play to their opponent. The Panthers shouldn't have even been in that game last week, and they were. Like the Chiefs literally just they do just enough to win the game. And that's what they've been doing all year. I like them to do just enough here too, win the game by maybe 6 points, maybe a touchdown, and maybe even 10 points. Like touchdown and a field goal, maybe at the end, like could be something like that. But they play to their opponents. I like it to be a closer game than people think. Chiefs just don't blow anybody out of the water. This could be the game, but we said that last week too. And then the Panthers almost beat them. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick with that trend and what I've seen from the Chiefs this year, which is they're a great team and they win games. And that's all that they're trying to do this year is just win games, get to the Super Bowl, win that, call it a day. Like they're not going for stat lines. They're not going for breaking records. They're literally just going, hey, we're going to go in there. We're going to play just good enough to win the game. So that's where I'm at. I'm on the under because I do think it'll be a low scoring game because, as we know, the Raiders suck. I think the Chiefs will just struggle too. So
Okay. I will say here's just one thing I want to say. I was thinking your take on the Raiders and the Chiefs not blowing people out. I was right there with you. So then I did what I've done before. I was like, why would the book make the line 13 if they had 10.5 with the Panthers and the Chiefs just
barely won.
Barely won? Why would the book do that? Which made me think the book knows something we don't. So they're obviously everybody's gonna pile into Vegas plus 13 because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, they couldn't even beat the Panthers by 10.5. Why would we think they'll beat Vegas? And then they're gonna come in here and beat Vegas by 20.
Which they could
So
and which they should because they had the off-season stuff with Kermit the Frog with the Raiders and their off-season training camp and all that. So yeah, probably a little bit more there, a little bit more a sweet revenge for Mahomes. But I just don't see it happening with the way the Chiefs have played this year. Like you can want that and you can want to cream a team, but it's tough to do when you're not used to doing that at all this year. It's going to be hard to just
okay,
flip it around.
explain to me why the books would make this a 13 spread game when the Chiefs couldn't cover 10.5 against a Panthers team that's worse than the Raiders, and this is divisional and that game wasn't.
Because the Panthers are actually better, in my opinion, than people give them credit for or thought. If you have that same
But
game
it's
again,
divisional.
that's what I
But
want
it's
to ask you.
divisional.
If it's the same game again and it's Chiefs Panthers, what's the line?
I don't think it moves.
You don't think so? You think it's another 10?
What would you think it would change to?
I think it would probably get a little bit lower. But the Raiders have been
8?
shown to be terrible. And the Panthers have shown flashes this year of having a good offense or a decent offense. So that's why the
Yes,
line is what it is, in my opinion.
but we've watched football for a decade, and what do we know about divisional games? They're all unpredictable, and teams that shouldn't even be competitive somehow show up against their rivals. So if that's the case, this spread shouldn't be bigger than the Panthers game was. The fact it is what makes me think Chiefs are going to blow them out.
Or you have a lot of Chiefs fans that are going to take the minus 12.
What Chiefs fan? Any Chiefs fan that just took a -10, they just got burned last week.
Yeah, but they're going to do it again because they're the fans.
So they're going to be salty dogs and bet the opposite side. They'll be like, we couldn't even beat the Panthers. Why would we beat the Raiders, who have given us problems before? So they're going to pile into the Raiders, which is what I think the book is trying to get people to do. Let's make this number massive because we know the Chiefs are winning by 20. And everyone's going to pile into the Raiders, and then ka-ching, we're going to take it. Because it's a known fact that the Chiefs don't win by a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm not trying to change your pick. I'm just saying when I'm looking at it, it feels like the books want us on Vegas, which is the only reason I didn't take Vegas.
Yeah, because you think that you can outsmart the Bucks.
I wanted to take Vegas.
Yeah, but then you didn't. And
Of
maybe
course
that's
not, because
the
I think they're
double
trying to
game that
okey-doke
the
us. I
books.
think they're
Maybe
trying
the
to
book is
okey-doke us.
okey-doking you. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's like those smart bettors out there that actually spend a lot of money and they put a lot of money into these bets. Like they're gonna look at this and they're gonna have the same algorithm that you just did and be like, oh, dude, I'm gonna beat the book now because I'm doing it this way. When you just take it for face value, what it is, Chiefs don't blow people out. You're getting 12.5 points. I'm taking the 12.5 on the opposite team.
I think anyone looking at the math is going to think Vegas plus 13.
Yeah, most likely, especially with the Chiefs not being able to actually blow people out of the water. So if they can do it this week, which they should have done last week, then hey, cool, good for the Chiefs. I won't take them, I won't take the other team when it's a 12.5 point spread. But I haven't seen them be able to do it yet, so I'll take the 12.5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But we got 4-pick parlay coming up next. What do you got for me?
Yep. All right, so I got Mahomes to throw 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins, 40-plus receiving yards. Brock Bowers, 40-plus receiving yards. And then I've got no team to score 3 unanswered.
Ooh.
And this thing pays out plus 950.
Okay, no team to score 3 unanswered?
Yep, 3 times unanswered.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant 3 points. I was like,
No. 3 times. 3 so field goal counts, touchdown counts, safety counts. You get it. But no team to go 3 straight times scoring without the other team scoring.
Okay, and what does it pay out again?
The total for the parlay is plus 950.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot bigger than mine is. I will say we have 2 of the same people in our parlay for this game.
That's not shocking.
Yeah, so I'll jump into mine. We also have Mahomes 2+ passing touchdowns. And then we have DeAndre Hopkins, but at 50 yards instead of 40. And then we have Travis Kelce 6+ catches and DeAndre Hopkins 4+ catches. And that one pays out plus 595.
How many catches for D Hop?
4. Seems low, doesn't
And
it?
then yeah, it does. And then the other one was Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelce for 6 catches. And
Sheesh.
he's been a little hit or miss this year, so that's the one that kind of scares me. But I like Hopkins for 50 yards and also for 4 catches. It seems pretty gettable for me.
Sure, I saw the D Hop line too, and I was like, yo, that's extreme. Um, I was shocked by it, which made me kind of just stay away from it because I just
Okay.
like they must know something we don't to
Yep.
make
See,
that
here we
line
go.
that low.
Or they
No,
don't know
I'm just and
something.
listen. When it's obvious you can beat the book, I take those. Like
All
we
right.
had Broncos last week -6, which is not an obvious line, and we took it and we cashed. Like when it's obvious, I take it, but when it's fishy and it smells bad, then I take a second look at it. And to me, like D Hop for 4 catches, that feels like the easiest bet of anything. Which if they're thinking that's not going to happen, then there's something going on there. Same with this line; it just looked fishy to me, which is why I decided to go the opposite way. I normally I would have taken the Raiders +13. It's a lot of points.
Yeah. So you said. Let's move on though. My favorite part of the episode of the video, we got touchdown scores. I only got 3. Didn't really go for a reach. We just got Travis Kelce at plus 115, DeAndre Hopkins at plus 180, and Brock Bowers at plus 220. Wanted to throw Pacheco in there his first game back, but I'm not sold on it yet. I don't know if he's actually going to be fully healthy or if he's going to be limited. If he's limited, I don't like the idea of his touchdowns getting vultured. I just think that they're going to be throwing the ball a lot against Vegas. So I'm going to take the receivers here. And Brock Bowers, we've seen him. He's going for the records. So, keep feeding the young man.
So you had who now? You went very fast there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we had Kelce at plus 115, Hopkins at plus 180, and then Brock Bowers at plus 220.
No reach pick in this game.
Nope, no reach pick.
What? Why not?
Nah, just didn't feel like it. You gotta feel it. It smelled bad, and I wanted to give it a second look.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it. Don't
that's
don't
fun. I'm,
mock
I'm
me.
I'm
Don't
getting
mock
real
me.
good at that.
Don't
I'm
mock
getting
me.
real good at that. When you start saying some weird, sketchy things, like I don't know, I thought about we could make a YouTube short out of that. It'd be kind of funny. You know,
Weird
it
sketchy
smelled, it
things. What are you
smelled,
talking?
it smelled bad, and I had to take a second look. Like, what are we doing, dude? You had
It
to look
smelled
at it
fishy. You know that
twice.
Nick Merckx thing where he goes.
Okay,
You know what I'm talking
nope,
about?
nah.
Yes, you do. Don't even
I
act.
don't watch conservative streamers.
I don't like Nick Merckx that much. Anyway, all right, let's hop
You
into
know
this.
a lot about
So
him
for
for
my
not
touchdown
liking him.
scores, no, because I watched a couple of his videos and him react to the whole Doc fiasco because I'm a big Doc guy. So,
This show's
all
stupid.
right, this is the dumbest show of all time. All right, so we got. I'm taking Isaiah Pacheco in his return. He's -1 over on DraftKings. My take on it is he either doesn't play and we push, which not that we're playing for pushes, but either he doesn't play and we push, or he does play, and I don't think he's going to be coming back half strength or trying to get worked back in because there's no reason to play him against Vegas if he's not 100%. So I'm assuming 100% Pacheco comes in, takes over his role as the main guy, gets the touchdown. I also have D Hop at close to your line of 180. I think he was plus 165 over on DraftKings. And then I have Brock Bowers as well, who was at plus 200.
Oh, look at us.
Uh, I don't think I don't see any other players. I thought about taking Jacoby Myers. I've always Myers, but Brock Bowers having a year, and they had Jacoby as a deeper odds than Brock. So I was like, all right, give me Brock. Let's just do this thing. So
Yeah. It seemed like a lot of the touchdown scores for this game are a little juiced. So at least once you get past
yeah,
like the top three, the two running backs for Kansas City and then Travis
hmm
Kelce.
right, which may be because they expect a low scoring game.
For sure. So maybe, we need to not take any touchdown scores because, something smells fishy. Exactly.
Not
But,
not
ladies and
on not
gentlemen,
on
that's all that we
Thanksgiving.
got
Can
for
we
you
not
guys
get
on this
petty on
game. We're
Thanksgiving
done.
Eve?
We're already done. Those are our picks. Those are our takes for the game, how we think it's going to go. We're on opposite sides. Obviously, tempers flaring a little bit, Some prides are hurt, but that's okay. That's what we do on this show. It's a lot of fun. We have fun. You guys have fun. We know you do. Comment below. Let us know, what was your favorite part of the video, how you guys did on Thanksgiving, how you guys think Sunday's going to go. Um, And yeah, I mean, that's all we got for you guys. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Remember, protect the bag and beat the book.